Welcome back, everyone, to the BD1P Binding of Isaac modded series. Today is going to be a random normal character run for win number 4 and episode number 314. Your question of the day is going to be, put your answer in the comments down below. Have you ever had any close brushes with death, like a scary car moment, or like a, playing with turbulence kind of deal, anything like that? Let me know down below if you feel like it. Exorcist, a good run just to banter on. So, ooh, nice little item change up there, top left. The sprite looks super clean. AFMEBTE9 is your seed for today. Very fun, but also pretty simple character. It's gonna be a good one. But as I mentioned in yesterday's run, which you might want to watch before this one, I'm gonna be ranting today about a job I used to have at a factory, and this job was ridiculous. Yesterday I talked about more of like the complaints about the management there, the communication, the pay and everything like that. But today we're talking about the health violations. I might get my ass sued for this video because it's like company information, but like the word needs to be out there. So quick rundown here. This factory was a like roof siding tiling company, and we would color our tiles with a sort of chromic acid. It was called LIC interference. And what it would do is basically when the light of the sun or like a, any kind of light would hit this piece of metal, it would, show a color. And depending on the, light hitting it or the amount of heat that was put into the tile in the process of making the tile, the color would be different. We had a range of, I think, like 14 different colors in this job, or at this workplace. And obviously when you're dealing with like LIC coloring or any kind of acid situation, you need to be wearing safety gear. And to put it in their credit, we had a lot of safety gear pertaining to physical injuries. Like, for example, because our tiles made us, they were stainless steel tiles, we had a lot of physical stuff. Like we had Kevlar sleeves, we had like Kevlar work gloves, we had safety glasses and things like that. What you should have at a factory. But they weren't really accounting for the ventilation aspect of the work, like you're breathing, because the air is thick back there. Like we measured it at one point and it was above the level it should be for like proper air quality, I guess. It was too acidic in the air, something of that nature. And they had never trained us on how to use, what's it called? Ventilators. Like, the mask over your face, that thing. They had never trained us on that. So essentially we were pretty much like just there. Oh my God. Early on, I'm almost gonna steal this shit. And we'll cut to the end of the fight because it's a boring ass greed fight every time. But yeah, essentially, the air quality back there was above the level it should be at for, like, the OSHA violations. OSHA, by the way, for not American, is a, like, health department that pretty much makes sure that in your workplace, you are being treated to fair and safe working conditions. Now, a lot of things there were not up to OSHA par, and that was partially on us, but the thing that, like, the ventilators and, like, the respiration mask, that's what it's called, by the way, a respirator, we were not trained in those, so we weren't allowed to wear them. And I worked there for 3 years. We only got trained on them at the end, or the middle of my 3rd year being there. So it was like, it wasn't just, we forgot. It was like we were trying to not have to pay for this kind of thing. And I'm going to put a video on the screen right now of me wearing the respirator and, what I used to do at this job when I was cleaning off, let's say, our coloring line. So as you can see from that video, like, there were not a lot of safety precautions put in place. So to put that video into context, that thing I'm standing on is called the hoist. And the hoist is what picks up the rack that we have all our tiles and our sheets on, picks it up, moves it over, and puts it into like another tank, a cleaning tank, a silicone tank, anything like that. And I'm standing on top of that hoist right now to clean off the sides of the tank and get the acid that builds up in the air on the metal, take that and clean it off. So right now I'm standing above, or I'm sitting above, squatting is probably a better word, squatting above a 180-degree tank of chromic acid with no harness and nothing else, because there was not anything like that provided to me. Yet I was told to go up there and clean the line to make our product look better. So that's what I did. I followed my instructions. I could have died up there. If I fell into that tank, I was going to die a very painful, acidic, heated death. It would not have been very, very fun. But, you know, I was told to do it, so I do what I'm told at my job. A little bit of a bitch boy for that. We should play this guy out for sure. And it sucked. I'll be real with you. It probably was one of the scariest moments of... Why is my thing being like this? I can't, like, use my good trip. There we go. I gotta touch my mouse to make it work. One of the scariest moments of my entire career, because I wasn't just, like... you know, an accidental danger. That was like easily preventable danger that wasn't being prevented there, if that makes any sense. But anyways, like that was just one of the many like unsafe things there. Now, once we finally got trained in respirators, we were told to wear them every single day. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, it has to be around 80 degrees, 90 degrees back there for our process to properly work, meaning that we would be wearing respirators, jeans, steel-toed boots, Kevlar sleeves and Kevlar gloves, and now a respirator and safety goggles in a minimum 80-degree environment in the Wisconsin summers, which can get pretty humid pretty easily. Not the best place to be. Now, in their, you know, what would you say? Their credit, I guess, you can't really... Oh, fuck me. This is the worst. I have no DPS for these guys. There really is no way to mitigate that process. Like, it's going to have to be hot back there, but whatever. My biggest issue was when the respirator guy came to train us, and he was, like, talking to us one-on-one about what we do at our job, we mentioned that we have chromic acid, we have a bunch of other chemicals being heated up into the air back there, and we didn't have a proper ventilation system for that material. Well, we finally had gotten one in the last month or so. But we hadn't had it for the first 2 years of me being there because it cost too much money to invest in, is what our upfront said. And he goes, there's no, like, proper ventilation system for all that stuff back there? He goes, that's, like, really, like, he's like, I've worked in this field for, like, 25 years or some shit, and I've never seen a company manage their employees this badly. Like, apparently it was, like, levels that could... and probably will lead to me having future health issues down the line. Luckily for me, I'm a pretty active dude, and I think that my general lung health, like of me being a runner, has helped prevent that kind of stuff in me, but like, because a lot of my coworkers there smoked, it is not gonna affect them very nicely later in life, but yeah, it was just pure chromic acid and different kinds of acid in the air back there that we would be inhaling day in, day out, without knowing the actual risks of it. Now, we could have always asked about the risks, but you assume working at a factory that they know how to mitigate and manage their own shortcomings, but hey, you know, I guess every day is a new fucking journey for these people, right? But being on the hoist and that being our cleaning way and inhaling acid, that's pretty standard stuff. I think what it kind of put me over the line there was we had this maintenance guy when I was first working there named Ethan, and Ethan was a fine guy, just kind of not good at his job, and he would take a lot of shortcuts. And there was this big rack we had that held all of our spare parts for our, like, line stuff. All these big metal strips, all these, like, really heavy things sitting in a corner on this rack. Now, in our downtime, we had, like, no jobs for a couple of months. We would organize and clean off these parts to keep what... I don't even... apparently, like, I'll just walk into, like, stuff sometimes, just be hit, and I won't know what even hit me. But I guess that's the way this game goes sometimes, right? Anyways, we were heading to our rack to go clean it off for the first time in, like, a year, maybe. And we're rolling the rack out into the open so we could take things off and put them on the ground. I'm going to put another video on screen in a second here of what happened with that rack. But essentially, we were rolling it out, and because our previous maintenance guy didn't really know how to weld that well, the wheel snapped off, and this rack just about fell on top of me. And if it wasn't for my coworker pulling me out of the way and me just having a decently quick reaction time, I would have probably, again, like, died. Here's the video right now of the aftermath, that is. We were just pushing this rack out of the way to the other side of it, and this wheel snapped off. All of this shit, all this stainless steel, just fucking knocked over.
It's titanium, too. Titanium as well, and copper.
So as you can see from that video, there was a lot of stuff on that rack. Now, when it fell over, it obviously made an insanely loud noise, and it made our ears ring for about, like, I think it was an hour afterwards. All that metal hitting the ground, like the cement ground, it's loud. More than you would think. It actually is, like, quite deafening. And George from the up front, like, skateboarded back, and he was like, what the fuck was that noise? And I was like, this entire rack just fell on us. And I told him that, and the up front never, like, you know, was like, oh, I'm glad you're okay. It was just like, oh, that sucks. That was their entire reaction to it. But again, like, that's, you know, one of their least heinous crimes, I guess. But yeah, that rack, like, almost fell on top of us and almost killed all of us to death. But we're okay. We're fine. And that was, I think, one of the moments where I was like, they really have no idea what they're doing here, do they? Sacred Heart, by the way. Battle Royale, #1 Victory Royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down? No, I'm not going to take... Oh, I could have black ruined it, you fucking freak. I'm just going to move on now while I'm talking again. It was terrifying. It was like, when I think of, like, my close encounters with death, I think of being on top of that hoist and almost falling into millions of voltage of... Because also, it's electrified, too. It's not just... like heat. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this out loud because it's like a company special, but we also use electricity like in the process. I'm not gonna say how we use it because, you know, it's like that might be a trade secret, but we use electricity in that process as well. And I think that tank was also had like a voltage of like 120 or some shit. Not like a super large voltage, but still decently high. You would feel that is what I'm trying to say there. You would definitely feel that. Yo, I'll take a Virgo. Why not, dude? I'm feeling pretty zesty about that. I'll pop this pill as well. You can't freaking stop me, dude. I'm too good at this game. But yeah, it's just like terrifying. I think about that rack falling over. That's another one. And then I think about almost getting into a car crash with a deer when I was like 16. I wasn't driving. My friend was driving. We were listening to some music. I think it might have been like the 1975 or some shit. We were just like singing along. And then as like a part of the song, a loud part of the song hits, there's a fucking deer middle of the road, and I'm like, oh god, deer! And then he's like, oh shit, and pulls off the road, and he hits a ditch and just goes into the ditch. We almost like killed a deer and probably shattered the windshield and cut ourselves all up. That was a pretty close encounter with death. That I don't know, we wouldn't have died, but it would have been like a pretty decent injury, I think. But the only other moment I can think of, I'll put another video on the screen for you guys if I still have this video. I don't know if I do or not, but it was freshman year of high school. All right, here's a bit of a BD1P history. It was freshman year of high school, and the end of the homecoming assembly had just happened. My friend Chris and I, who was I think a year above me, who was driving already, we were going to go get some like ice cream or some shit, and we get into Chris's truck, and we're driving away. And I see, at the time, my girlfriend's brother. And we had this kind of, like, joke where, like... And I think a lot of... It might sound weird, like, looking back, but, like... He would always pretend he was gay for me because I was dating his sister. And we started honking at him. And, like, I started flashing my titties at him. And he was like... That's funny. So he tried to fake throw his backpack, like, at the windshield of the car to, like, scare us. But his backpack strap broke when he faked through it. And the backpack full of, like, chemistry books and shit hit my friend's windshield and shattered it, like, putting glass all over me and Chris.
Come over to my car and I'll give you my insurance information.
Okay, what the fuck?
Never driving with you again, Chris.
And we're, like, in the middle of the parking lot, and, like, everybody just goes fucking quiet. And Chris goes, Anthony, what the fuck? I gotta put the... If I have a video, I know I have a picture for sure, but if I hope I have the video I can put on screen right now. It was so fucking funny. It cost like $200. It wasn't a big deal. We leave? Yeah, we can just... Oh, I'm so bad at this video game sometimes, man. It was like a $200 fix. It wasn't like anything major, but it was like getting anything broken on top of you. Like, it fucking blows. Now, his backpack landed in my lap, and Chris's mom drove to the school and was like, all right, who's the asshole kid who broke my son's windshield? And Anthony was like, I'm the asshole kid. Nobody was mad. It was all like whatever, but it was just so fucking funny to happen because Chris had just, I think he had won the homecoming dodgeball tournament, and everyone was like hyping him up a bunch. To have that happen, like not even, I could have black rooted that too. To have that happen, like not even like an hour later, it was just hilarious. I think we'll take a tiny horn and we'll move on down. All right, there's our boss fight. We can finally go fight. Oh, we can maybe open this up though and get some goods out of here. Oh, we have a key we can go pick up. I don't know. I think I might want to play the Eternal chest out for a minute here. But those are my kind of 3 or 4 close death encounters. I haven't had much more. I did have some flight turbulence when I was going to Australia when I was like 15. But it was like the most minor of turbulence ever. It was like barely noticeable, I think. So I'm not going to really count that as like a close or like near death experience. I didn't like that. But just know that happened, and that was a pretty terrifying experience as well. I mean, being in the air and having any kind of turbulence happen is pretty scary, but I guess you can't really prevent it. As long as your pilot's a good guy, you might as well bring it to safety, and you'll be okay. Just no hijackings, please. I'd appreciate that. Cough, cough, the boys reference. Hello. Kill this mom, please. We have, like, little damage right now, but we're still trucking along at a pretty decent pace. I'm going to go chest again this run. D heart, I don't need any of this shit, dude. Moving on down again. All right, boss fight, here we go. We got Mr. Matriarch, or Mrs. Matriarch, I should say, in here. Holy shit. You know, the thing is that this run's going like so well. I'm not even bothering to like actually look at this. Like my eyes are zoned out right now. I'm just kind of like hitting buttons and hoping that it does something to the boss. And so far, it's working out pretty well. We've had a nice couple of runs. I've recorded 4 videos today, by the way, in this shirt. We've had a nice couple of runs going on that have allowed us to just kind of like banter, which I really do appreciate. And yeah, keep going. All right, there's our next boss fight going on here. My cat's been meowing at me the entire video, and she's giving me these like really, hold on, I gotta get on camera. Oh, she's rolled over now. Look at her. Look at that stupid ass face. She's been looking at me like the entire video, like meowing, like please stop recording so you can just like quit and just pay attention to me all day. But I feel like maybe I should just play some more Isaac and then get these videos done, because I am probably, as we speak currently, in the middle of my stream marathon right now for playing through like 1 Lego game every single day. If you want to stop by, link is as always down below. But it's going to be a fun time. Looking forward to that. I wanted to get a bunch of videos done before that, though, because I needed to record a script tomorrow for a main channel video that I will not be able to do while I'm streaming. I want to edit that and not like have to record vocals and also stream for like 8 hours that day, which is probably a good idea. Dark matter. Oh, that I was like, is that a modded item? But no, it's just a weird, or I guess a cool looking vanilla one. All right, moving on up. Couple more boss fights to go here. Yeah, I'm doing this stream because I'm working on a video right now that I've actually just recently secured my biggest collab, my 2 biggest collabs actually ever, for it, and it's gonna be a very ambitious one. It's the one that I want to fly somewhere to do some like real life shooting for. Haven't gotten the tickets yet though, because tickets are very expensive right now. Oh, this is beautiful for us, but I need to get footage for it. And if I'm telling you it's a Lego stream, you're gonna guess it's a Lego themed video, but you don't know the extent of it just yet. But I'm playing through every single game on stream probably like right now. And I just got done working out my collabs with the I think maybe 4 other creators that I'm gonna be having, especially on the video. It's gonna be like a 3 to 4, maybe even 5 hour long video. I have no idea yet. Also, how did we go the wrong way here? Excuse me? Come on, that is BS in my opinion. I'm gonna bomb through every room, but I'm excited for it. I need to get some actual work done though, and I figured to myself, I need to grab the footage for this, and I don't really have time to play through an entire Lego game just for a video coming out in like 6 months. I gotta get stuff out now, so why don't I stream those games, record a different OBS scene to have it in full screen so I can get like double the work. I get some stream marathoning done and keep my stream viewers happy, and I get some footage done for like that big video, and I can also just like, have a good time, have fun is the biggest goal there, right? So I kind of found like the ingenious compromise there, but I wouldn't say ingenious, but definitely not a dumb move. The reason I don't like stream games I need footage for often is because I only had 1 version of OBS until like a couple days ago, and because in OBS you can't do multi multi-scene, you can only record 1 scene at one time. I don't want to have my stream overlay like on the game footage I'm using for like a more highly edited like video. So I was looking up how do I record a different scene than my stream in OBS, and this guy was like, just get a second version of OBS, and I got that, and it seems to work swimmingly. So I now have a way to do that, and I'll be able to stream more games that I'm looking to get footage for, which will make making like video essays and reviews a whole lot easier. But that's a topic for a different day. I'm just trying to stall till I find this goddamn boss fight here. My phone is blowing up too. Phone gonna die. Friend coming over with Subway later. I don't care if my girlfriend has friends over. If they're bringing food, they are more than welcome here. That's my current status on that. Come on, slam your head down, you piece of shit boss. You might be one of the worst bosses in the entire game. I'm gonna say it. This boss is just impossible to hit, and it gave me the wrong freaking door. Look at this Joker walking the wrong way. I'm not even gonna pop that rune. If there could be an R key in that crawl space, I don't even give a shit. I'm too cool for giving two shits. I only give piss. All right, get out of here, Isaac. You aren't worth jack anything to me. Circle him. Oh, wow, you sniped me there. You feel pretty good about that, don't you? That's going to be your one hit you ever get on me and the rest of Isaac forever. See? That was a practice round. We were running our lines by each other there. It wasn't like it was really happening. That was a practice round. Are we even dealing enough damage to get him into his second phase? I think we are, but like, I feel like we're not dealing almost any damage as this character right now. You might die. Make sure you're still being a little bit careful right now. Good. I'm actually going to go back and grab the Awaz rune, because if there are chests in the crawl space next floor, where are you? You're right here. There could be extra items for us. How many keys do we even have, dog? 6? 8. 8's a very good number of keys. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Ooh, like this, like this, like this, and don't really care for that. See, the longer you shoot, the lower your damage goes. You want to kind of like tap fire. Just like that. And this should be a floor decal, correct? Look at that. Head on down. What you got for me? Ooh, I mean, it's not great, but I guess it's better than not having it. We have 3 I found pills now, or 1 horse pill for it too, and a speed upgrade. You know what, dude? Sure, the potential was there for something better, but you know, we can't always get what we want. Luckily for us, Vade Retro is doing amazing work on this run. I could not be happier with that. Oh, fuck this, I guess. Wrong way again. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the last 2 episodes of this streak. I've been kind of going for just more of like a story time vibe. I might have more stories to go through. I don't know. My life is pretty uneventful. I can always retell like older ones from like a long time ago on this streak. I can always retell the graffiti story. I can always retell, I don't even know. I have a couple of stories from Australia and Singapore, I guess, but like, they're not like, you know, as good as the work stories are. Oh, I poisoned you. I don't know how to take damage there, but I poisoned you, son of a bitch. But I got a couple more whoppers I can throw at you if you guys like the story time stuff or not. I don't know, up to you. Whatever you guys prefer, I don't mind doing. Also, the faster you spam your shots, the better. I've learned. I'm guessing it's going to go down right here. Oh, we can maybe see for certain. Yo, I was right all along. Head down, take not a lot of big damage, and you should prosper. Good. Out of here. Give me a chest. A sack is like a mini chest. It kind of works out, I guess. Oh, I mean, this build does kind of shred it. If there was any Exorcist build going down to Delirium, because this character has a very, like, not good damage multiplier, as far as I'm aware, it would probably end up being some form of this run. We have a lot of good stuff working for us. Decent damage as this character is a big plus. Strawberry milk being really good in any sense of the word. You just go fight. You're not going to die on this boss fight. Well, maybe you will. Your damage is, again, like, not incredible. You're only at 10. Or 16. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't feel like we're doing a lot of damage, to be honest with you. Beautiful. Okay, it's about halfway. We have no Polaroid on this fight because we are not at a half-heart variable. Or interval, I mean. Sorry, that's fine, though. We shouldn't need it, looking at our current damage being dealt. The bomb in there for, you know, it's good fun. And GG. That's the run. If you enjoy the run of my commentary and my stories, a like and a comment goes a long way from a small channel like mine. In the meantime, though, guys, I have been BD1P. Peace.